Hey, morning. Well, or afternoon or evening, or depending on where you are. This is Mike, and you're in my crazy kitchen, and today we are going to make Instant Pot yogurt using the cold start method. Now, this method is super easy. It's stupid easy. I don't know why everybody doesn't make it like this. This recipe I originally got from FridaLovesBread.com, although it's appeared at 50 million different places on the internet. But so I like to give attribution. So FridaLovesBread.com is where I first saw it, and this only has 3 ingredients. It has Fairlife ultra filtered milk, and I also like to point out that this, at least, I mean the starter that we're going to use isn't, but this at least is lactose free. Sweetened condensed milk, and a tablespoon of just regular plain yogurt. I typically use Phage, but you can use whatever works. So the first thing that we do is we're just going to take all of these and dump them into the pot. Now you can easily double this in a 6-quart Instant Pot. I typically just make one of these containers, roughly half a gallon, because that comes out to almost exactly 12 6-ounce servings. And I got these little 8-ounce ball jars from Amazon, and there are links to all the stuff on the blog post on my site, mikescrazykitchen.com. Please come visit. And again, it's great for snacks or dessert. Jan and I often have this as a dessert with putting some chocolate chips and some granola in the yogurt. You can also flavor this after it's done. You can do all kinds of things with it. And I'll also point out that I am not a huge fan of yogurt. I don't typically like store-bought yogurt. This recipe for me is the perfect balance between tart and sweet. And again, you can make different varieties of it. If you don't like the sweetened condensed milk, you can use other things. But this works perfectly for us. So 3 ingredients are now in the pot. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to fire the sucker up. I'm going to make sure it's on the yogurt setting. And again, I'm using an Ultra. You can make yogurt with the Duo, the Ultra, or the Max. The Lux, unfortunately, does not have a yogurt setting, and you must have a yogurt setting. You can't use the low setting on saute. It's much too hot. So anyway, set this on the yogurt setting. All right, on the Ultra, we're going to change the time to 11.5 hours. Okay, and punch that in. And we're going to click on Start here to get that going. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to use my little handy-dandy KitchenAid hand mixer. You could use a whisk. I just find this works better for me. It's much easier. So basically all you're going to do is just make sure that this is mixed up nice and well. You don't have to overdo it, but I like to make sure that everything is mixed in really well. Okay, that's good. And then put on the lid. And what you hear in the background is Nina scratching in her box. Okay, so just put the lid on and lock it. You have it in the venting position, but of course there's no pressure that's going to be generated here, because it just heats it at a low heat, just perfect for the starter, the yogurt starter, to start converting all the milk into yogurt. Now, one thing I'd like to point out about the yogurt, if you get like a container of Phage or whatever yogurt at the store, you only use 1 tablespoon for each one of these containers. Take the rest of it, don't waste it, take the rest of it and spoon it off like onto a plate and in tablespoon dollops, freeze them and stick them in a freezer bag. And then you can just pull those out and very, very gently warm them, either letting them sit out to thaw or in the microwave very carefully, because you don't want to cook it. And then you can reuse those. Now, we wait. Again, we have to wait 11.5 hours, so it is now 9:32, so I'll see you, what, hours is that? 9 o'clock? Yeah. Okay, so we'll see you then. We'll be back. Oh. Yeah, this is why, really why I like making yogurt, for this part. Okay, it's now 11 and a half hours later, and we're going to take a look at the yogurt. I kind of pulled a switcheroo on you because I started this in my Ultra, and not long after that, because I needed the Ultra for something else, I pulled the pot out and I stuck it in my Duo. So we're going to take a look and see what the yogurt looks like. It's 11 and a half hours later. So let's take a look and see what we got here. I'm gonna grab a spoon. Oh. One of the fun tests that we do is the spoon test, where we stick it in there like that and see if it holds up. Oh, oh. Looks like yogurt. Boop. Now, this hasn't chilled yet, so I'm going to take this out of here and put it in the refrigerator to chill for, well, we're just going to leave it in overnight, but typically 4 hours or so. Now, if you like thicker yogurt, you would strain this. I don't bother. We just eat it as is. So, and really that's all there is to it. And the only other tip that I'd give you is that when you turn this on initially and get it going, don't touch it. Don't open the lid, don't look at it, don't stir it, don't do anything. Just let it sit. Set it on medium for 11 and a half hours into the yogurt setting and let it go. And you'll have some really yummy stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, before we go, I know I've miraculously transformed here, but I wanted to show you, this is how much yogurt we got out of that single batch that we made. Something I neglected to go over, that my wife Jan from Jan Hicks Creates pointed out. So one batch of the Fairlife yogurt gives you roughly 10 6-ounce servings, and I use these handy dandy little ball jars that I got on Amazon. I've got links to that on the site. Plastic lids, although I'd actually kind of go back and have metal ones again. Again, 6-ounce servings, 10 of those, so that's not bad at all. And again, for what, maybe $6, including the milk and the sweetened condensed milk and a tablespoon of yogurt. So how tough is that? Anyway, so there you go, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye bye.